Abhinav.
Hey Amit, how are you doing?
Great, great. Just give me a second. I'm just connect AirPods. It's with my.
Sure.
Just a second. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, Abhinav. Good to go now.
good to go. How are you doing?
Great. Just got back from office some time back. And,
Ah,
yeah.
so you're still working from home, or is it like?
No, so I'm going to the office, and I have been. I started going like around 10 days back, and it's
Sure,
so I go alternate days to office.
sure. Lucky guy, you're going to get to go to office. It's
That's
been quite some time.
Absolutely. The situation here in Bangalore is kind of better than compared to other cities.
Got it,
Yeah.
got it. So just to let you know that we are also live on Facebook.
Okay.
I just wanted to clarify it. So hi to my audience. Welcome to our Topper Talk series from Career Kata. My name is Abhinav. I am one of the chief consultant with Career Kata on SA Consulting Services. And today we have sort of a special guest. We have Amit with us. Uh, and Amit was with us for his GRE preparation. And I think he absolutely smashed it. So I would just let Amit introduce himself. Uh, go ahead, Amit.
Yeah. So, you know my name already. I will just start from my work. So, I'm a typical engineer. I graduated from computer science engineering from KIIT University in Bhubaneswar. But to be very honest, I was, the moment I started to work, I realized that this is something which I really don't want to do. So after working for like 1 year, I decided to quit the job, and I started my own enterprise, which is into media and entertainment industry. And since then, I'm working into that. So basically, I have, when I have to phrase it, I have a unique profile. I'm a filmmaker by profession, and yeah, I'm running my own production house, which is based out of Bangalore. So I work with Netflix, with Amazon Prime, with G, with a lot of music videos and movies. So that's my job is in the production house. Yeah,
That, that is amazing. Maybe I'll have come back to you after the call for some opportunities.
definitely.
So, Amit, going on, can you just tell us a bit more like where you come from and like where was your schooling from?
Yeah, sure. So I come from a very remote place in Bihar. I come from a place called Ara, and
Okay.
so I did my schooling over there. I did my 10th till there. Uh, for 12th, I moved to Kota. I was there for 2 years in Kota for the preparation,
Hey,
and
high five on that. Sorry to cut you in
yeah,
between, but yeah, all the
yeah.
quota
I
breed.
was at, I was in residence, and I decided, so 2 years went quite fast. I couldn't concentrate much on the preparation of G, but I did a great job with AIEEE, and I got a rank, and I decided to choose KIIT because I felt, because my dad was posted very in Bhubaneswar then, and I decided that it would be easy for me. So I did my 4 years of engineering over there.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. So, Amit, can you tell me, like, explain to our people who are there, how come from, like, you're running your own enterprise, right?
Right, right.
So, how did GRE happen? Like,
Yeah.
what made you
So
think on those lines?
absolutely, so there is no good time or bad time to upskill your, the knowledge, the level of knowledge. If you want to go something and learn quickly, there is no time for it. You can do it anytime you want. So that
Absolutely.
I always had this mind. I'm running my own enterprise. I have like around 55 people working for me in my enterprise, and I never had a master's degree managing skills to people. I don't know the jargons associated with venture capital and finance and all those things. So that was a time when I realized that if a quick MBA 1 year and I can get back to my own enterprise, maybe I can get some funding, maybe I can excel in terms of expanding the company or scaling the company. So there were certain reasons I decided to go ahead and do this at this point in time.
Sure, makes sense. I mean, typically, I see a lot of young engineers these days, even though we are moving towards time which is more skill based, but MBA definitely adds that edge wherein you get to meet a lot of people, and it definitely helps you in
Right.
terms of jargons. I think you can still learn on the job. What helps is the networking and your connections, which can get you some sort
Absolutely,
of funding.
absolutely. You meet the people who are going to be world leaders tomorrow. So
Yeah,
your friends are all the leading people who are leading the businesses around the globe. So definitely, why not? And let's not miss such opportunity when we are going through that phase. So
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. So, just wanted to follow up. Like, so did you like? How did you get to know about Career Kata, and
So
why us?
yeah. So I was doing a lot of research. I was doing a lot of research online, and I happened to take a. I was saving, to be very honestly, I was saving the official questions. I was not taking the power prep or the official questions. So I was trying to solve a lot of question bank, mock questions, taking mock exams. When I took the mock exams of the coaching, and that was the time I realized that the question was actually very similar to the questions I actually I faced during the exam, because I gave GRE twice. So
Okay.
I felt it's very similar in terms of the level of questions, especially quant was extremely similar.
Mhm.
I never expected that, but when I did that, I realized that the concepts were extremely good, and the questions were extremely good. So that was a time when I realized that, okay, I need to find the tutors here, and need to connect with them. I need to take sessions from them. So that's how the entire thing started.
Okay. And I hope it turned out well for you,
Yeah, yeah,
the choice.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It was amazing. My quant score is it speaks for itself.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, so give us a slightly, probably like how much did you score, and were you happy with the score? What was your expectations when you came,
mhm,
and when you got out of it? So now obviously you have a score which is good, but sometimes in our experience of last 1.5 years, we
mhm,
come across a lot of people who come with an expectations of slightly higher scores. Like typically people would walk to us for GMAT of about 720,
mhm,
730,
mhm,
and sometimes they do get that score, sometimes
mhm,
they don't. And that's when sort of it becomes a challenge for us to explain like what went wrong.
mhm,
So my first question, and I'll divide this question into two parts.
mhm,
What was your expectations when you when you were seeking a professional help, be it Career Kata or it might be somebody else?
mhm.
So there
So
was it?
I will just revise. I will just answer your question, but with a little bit of twist.
Okay.
So I had to make a very big decision here, because there was two exam choices to me. It was
Yeah.
one GMAT, one GRE,
Yeah.
and and I'm a working professional. I'm managing a lot of employees and people at the offices. I have very limited time to work.
Sure.
So I decided to take a mock of GMAT and a GRE,
Okay.
and this is something was a very quick decision for me, because no brainer, because I thought the exam which I'll do better, I'll go study for that.
Sure.
So I did GMAT and I
Mm.
couldn't score great. The exam
Okay.
was shorter, but I still couldn't do great at GMAT.
Okay. Okay.
And when I did GRE, I felt like the verbal portion is very easy, because my English, my vocab is good.
Mm.
So a lot of GRE is have to do with a lot of vocab,
Okay.
and I found that GRE vocab, the English part, is extremely easy for me, and
Mm.
that made me immediately switch to Quant GRE, and that's how I started only Quant GRE, which I excelled finally.
Okay.
So I chose the exam because there was an option for me,
Mm.
GMAT or GRE. I chose GRE, and I put all my focus to study GRE further, right? So all the schools are giving like a option to you, like you can pick from GMAT or GRE. So
Mm.
whatever you choose, it should be your strength.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. So this is, and you touched upon a good point of GRE versus GMAT, right?
Mhm.
I specifically look at this part. So I see a lot of students coming in and they have certain schools in mind, right? So there are some schools which are absolutely sure of what they want, especially B schools who would only accept GMAT, right? So
Right.
do you have this kind of a list in your mind, which schools you want to apply? Did you do your background
Yes.
research?
Yes, absolutely. So I again, because I come from a unique profile, last year I applied to Darden School of Business. I
So
got
that's what
through
yeah,
Darden.
yeah.
I got through Darden,
Hmm.
and but I was not very sure about going ahead with at that point in time.
Sure.
And post the I got a time. This lockdown was the time when I again prepared for GRE.
Sure.
So I got my score increased, and now
Hmm.
I can dream of a much bigger schools, better schools. Now I'm thinking about Wharton to go to Tuck or maybe LBS. So
Okay.
the goal school changed, because of
Yeah.
this course.
Yeah.
Profile may be great, the profile is unique,
Hmm.
but at the end of the day, your quant and verbal speaks.
Yeah.
So that was the time when I decided that, okay, this is the time. I got a score of 316 at the first attempt. And then I realized that, okay, no, this is not enough. And I need to push either up the ante. And I got the 325 in the second attempt. So
Sure.
that's the, yeah.
So that's a giveaway to all our folks who are there. Amit scored 325. And can you like break down that score for us?
Yeah, sure.
Like
it was 168 in quant and 157 in verbal.
168 in quant is very decent. I'm not sure if I appear for the exam, probably I might not be able to get that score.
Yeah, exactly. So when we convert this score on the ATS official score scale, it converts up to 710 of GMAT equivalent. But
That's great. I think that's a good score for, I mean, a Wharton or uh, as in, it's not a score where you'll get rejected anywhere, not even in Harvard. So I know,
as the school says, no score guarantees you a seat, and no scores makes you out. So
absolutely.
it's always like your profile makes the difference.
Yeah, it's like a complete package. Hey Ajit, hi. Can you please put yourself on mute? Sorry.
No issues.
So yeah. So there's one specific question I wanted to ask about preparation. Like, how did you go about preparing? What was the kind of program you took, and how did it help you? Like specifically, so because we see a lot of students who have this dilemma, like what's the ideal time? And even though we try to explain to a lot of students that it depends on how much time you can spare, a lot of them are working professionals.
Right.
So what worked for you? What was that magic sauce?
So no, like one shirt doesn't fit everybody, So
Yeah.
it's a different thing for different, right? So
Yeah.
the best way to go about is take a mock test.
Yeah.
See how much you score, and
Yeah.
then decide that what are your weak areas. What are your weak areas where you need to focus. Like I mentioned, that verbal
Yeah.
was my strong point, and I didn't need to go much into it, and
Yeah.
I knew a lot of vocab, and a lot of things about GRE is all about vocab. So
Yeah.
I realized that I don't have to put a lot of effort in verbal. So
Okay.
I jumped right across in quant,
Mm.
and that's the main thing. I realized my weak area is quant, and I put most of my time while
Mm.
studying what's quant. So that's the major thing that I recommend to each and everybody, that if you're
Mm.
studying for GRE or GMAT, you need to take a mock and realize that what are your weak areas. The moment you
Yeah.
realize that, then you need to work on that, and that's about it. And if you're not happy with one mock test, I will recommend you to go ahead and give 2 to 3 mocks to realize that to find out that, okay, this is my exact weak area, and you can work on a lot.
Sure. And it's funny, like our CEO Piyush,
Mm-hmm.
he also stresses a lot on the strategy of how to go about preparing, right? So
Right.
most of the folks have gone through that same quota factory experience.
Right.
And it's funny that he keeps saying that there in India, like the way we take education is very commoditized, right? So there's a batch, everyone comes in, and people have different learning curves, right?
So that's the reason. To be very honestly, there are a few companies which gives you you can just log in, you can buy a subscription for some X amount, and you can just the slides will go on, and you can just and it's a computer which is teaching you.
True.
Like again, as I say, you cannot make one piece of presentation and all the students can understand that from the weak to the very student in the class.
True.
So it has to customize for everybody.
Yeah.
And until you come out in open, you interact manually, you understand things on your own, you will not get to understand those things.
Yeah, you are just vindicating our CEO Piyush today, and I hope he's listening somewhere and He offer, because of this customization, obviously there's a lot of hard work on people like us, but he's vindicated, and I hope he's happy to listen to that, and maybe I get some extra brownie points today for taking this call at night. So that's great. Like, even while our CEO in our all hands meet, he keeps telling how customization works, how pedagogy works. And we are trying to move into that direction, but I think you validating it today is a big point, big plus for us.
Right.
Yeah. Just wanted to catch up upon, is there like, given this COVID situation, are you like so people who we consulted, specifically even students who I consulted this year, there were a couple of them who one of them got into LBS and Wharton, he's joining LBS, and a couple of students are joining Emory. One of them is joining Marshall. So there's a lot of talk this time. So a couple of these students got scholarships. They want to defer. I mean, you know the situation, right?
Yes,
People are not sure whether they want to move this year,
right.
whether they want to start the course online. So how are you taking it? Like, what's your perspective till now? Do you want to apply this season? Because what I've been hearing is that 2021 entry is going to be tough, right?
Yeah, it's going to be, that's right. 2021 is going to be one of the most difficult intake seasons ever, what the world has seen, because the economy is down, because a lot of deferred cases. And I personally feel, because I'm in touch with a lot of schools.
Okay.
So a lot of schools do claim that their acceptance rate will remain consistent as, over the years. But the fact is that deferred students actually count a component in the acceptance rate.
Absolutely.
So I think the seats will be gradually decreased for a lot of people applying in the intake of 2021, and the competition will be toughest as ever. Like, it's going to be the most difficult year for the MBAs to apply.
It's funny that this time typical Harvard class of 950 is admitting only 750 students, right? So that came as a shocker to me, and they have a huge wait list. While they are saying that they will extend the admits, but one of my student was on the wait list. He hasn't heard back. And I mean, I don't know. So it almost seems like that there are students who are opting less right now, rather than schools, accepting it. So 2021 looks slightly tricky, even to me. So coming back to one more question, like, are you planning to apply this year, or you're going to wait?
Yes, I'm going to apply. It doesn't hurt. You can always try. Yes, I'm going to apply. I'm going to choose around 2 to 3 schools to apply. So I have been doing a lot of research about schools. I was in US last year, and I got to visit a couple of schools. I visited Wharton, I visited Tuck. So, so I'm doing a lot of research about these schools. And, even when the admission directors were in India, I had the chance to meet with them. So,
nice.
So the only reason why I was not applying, because I was afraid that my score is not great. And now I have the score. I have I feel confident that I can go ahead and I can apply. I'm just doing a research and a lot of research and understanding, connecting with a lot of alumni and current students through LinkedIn. And what the school high goals will fit into the school's curriculum and the school's values. So that's the research part I'm doing. So one more point which I just got into mind is that the reason I finished my test so soon is because I can give ample amount of time for my preparation of the essays and the entire recommendations, and then I can submit it, because so I got end of like 3-4 months in my hand to do this. So
so
finish the exam as early as you can.
Coming back to one point which I think we missed to answer, and this is more for the audience which has connected with us. How much time did you overall spend on the preparation of GRE, like from starting your lessons to finally appearing for the exams? So what was that duration for you?
So as I told, I gave GRE twice. When I prepared for the first time, it was not a strategic or a right method approach. I used to go to I will download some random materials from a GRE club or group or something, and I'll start studying and solving. and nothing was organized. I felt overconfident about my skills. Um, there was no right approach to study those things. I was doing self study, so I fell a short. I scored a 316, which was not really enough, and then then that's how I took the mock, and then I started to practice from easy to the difficult questions levels, going through the concepts again and again and solving again and again. So that's how I was able to score higher. So in terms of time, if I have to ask, I took close to around 2.5 months of time, two and
True.
a half months, and I utilized the lockdown time extremely well.
True.
That was the time when I really I was able to dedicate like around 4 to 5 hours a day. So that's the time. Yeah,
That's a lot of time for
that's a lot
working
of
professional.
time, but that's a lot
Yeah.
of time. But my quant was not great at all. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So this, so there's one point you touched upon, which I want to highlight to all the viewers who are there with us. You said something about research, and that's absolutely the most important part. So even while we're consulting students, there are a lot of students who would come to us and say, we want to take GMAT, GRE. But then when we ask them, like, what's the course you want to do? And obviously, we sort of help them out. But
mm-hmm.
it's very important to pace all these things up, right?
Right.
So typically, round one, and this is for all the students who are listening to us, round one for GMAT is September, October. So it's really, really important that you get your GMAT and GRE by then so that you can fully focus on it.
Right.
Obviously, all the admissions are on rolling basis, but what happens is that your chances of scholarship are significantly higher in round one.
Mm-hmm.
So Harvard would have its deadline by September 15th, probably 30th. So all the good schools will have their deadlines by September. So it's very
15th,
important.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's
September 15th is the deadline for all HSW and all the.
yeah. So that's a very important point, and I personally, it's my job when students come to me. But yeah, it's very heartening to see people pacing this timeline, right? We see a lot of students coming to us at the dead end September that they want to appear for GRE. Now, what happens is there's still time. Obviously, second deadlines are by November, but typically you need at least 1 month to prepare because everybody has their prior commitments. So you don't have, like, you can't go on a study mode like you used to do before your bachelor's, right? You have your own commitments. You have to spend time there. So 1 month is a very apt time if you're willing to spend about 6 to 7 hours every week. And then your profile is all about iterations, right? You
Right.
keep on iterating, you keep on building your stories, you keep on adding snippets. Something works, something doesn't work. So there's no tailor-made strategy, right? And we see a lot of people trying to do that, but it doesn't work. Application is your reflection of your own self, and most of the times we are all like different individuals. So it's very important that that part is captured in your application. So it's really important to do a lot of research and start early. Amit, following up, I had one last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to, like, sort of, I know, like, you have had a great experience and you've got a good score, so obviously you're happy. But if there's one thing which you think worked for you specifically with Career Kata, and one thing which you would give us like a feedback, like maybe that could have been better, right? So give me 2 points for our audience. So one thing, we'll start with a good thing. One thing which specifically worked for you with Career Kata.
Okay, the one thing which I feel which really worked a lot, because when I was doing my preparation and all, so I realized that the coach, the teachers, the tutors were extremely patient. So I used to, at some question I used to take a lot of time, and we'll go like sometimes we'll take a question like in 30 seconds, and sometimes we'll spend like 15 minutes on a question. But really I appreciate the point there where Ankit was very patient, and he used to explain to us things extremely taking their time, and because it's all about concept, it's not about how soon it will solve. So if you understand a concept well, it will just take you a matter of seconds to solve it for the next time. And that's what I felt. It's extremely patient, and even Piyush, Ankit, they used to give multiple approaches to solve a problem. It's
Sure.
just about one, approach.
Sure.
So for each and every question, when we have a doubt, when we ask, we used to get back is approach 1, approach 2, approach 3, which was, I think, the highlighting point, because I used to pick the easiest one and to
Yeah.
understand these things. Because
Yeah.
remember, you can always approach a question with a multiple perspective, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
So-
what I love the most.
So this is one of the coffee site chats, coffee site secret. I'll tell you, Ankit is the best we've got. So you study from the best, and I hope Piyush or CU is on the line. So you got the best. Ankit is actually pretty good. So yeah, and coming back to the second point, one feedback which you would like to have for us, and then I'll open the floor for the questions.
So I don't have any such feedback because my personal experience was extremely good, and that's
Okay.
why I'm having this call, because I'm extremely happy. I really encourage everybody to have to go ahead with the coaching, and for the GRA especially, because my personal experience was extremely good. My
Great.
use of approx 10, a point of 10, which is equal to 100 in terms of GMAT. I think I wouldn't have achieved any other way. So so in terms of feedback, just maintain this consistency. That's about it.
I'll have to ask our CEO to clone a lot of Ankits, and Piyush himself, like both of them. So I didn't know the CEO took your classes. So yeah, so he keeps on getting one of those classes.
Yeah, a few classes were taken by Piyush, and it was it was a pleasure, understanding. And
yeah, it's more like he's one of those mystery things. He wants to go out and check out whether things are working out well. So he keeps a tab on this. But yeah, Piyush is obviously great, and good to hear about Ankit. So yeah, that's great. I have spoken a lot, and now we'll open up for certain questions, right? And I have one question, which is from Dheeraj. He is asking you, what is the role of test series in this entire process?
Mm-hmm. So test series, and I can call it a mock exam, or maybe you test yourself that how you have prepared during the entire exam. So it's extremely important. What I did is, GRE Power Prep provides two official mock. So I took the first mock when I was starting my preparations to see where I stand. And post that, once I was done with my preparation, I took the final mock.
Okay.
Through the process, when I was trying to understand what's my level now, I was seeing a lot of mocks, not the official mock. I was seeing other mocks, other prep companies, and that's how I got to know the Career Kata, and the mock questions are extremely good, and that's how I got into it, because I realized taking a lot of mocks. So taking mocks is very important, and you should keep taking it, say, around every 2 weeks, or 1.5 weeks during your preparation, to see where you stand, because you need to track your progress. So that's where the test series come into the preparation.
Just wanted to add one thing, that it's very important in especially GRE and GMAT that you continuously evaluate yourself, right? It's not an exam wherein you can sit back, prepare for 3 months, and then one shot you'll go back. It doesn't happen. Like, it's very important, because the nature of these exams is such that you need to continuously work on your weaker sections, right? What happens is that if you continue doing well in your stronger sections, it's not gonna sort of help you.
There's one more thing I'll add to this is, the preparation for me was more like a journey. I never took it like I have to just study till here and that's about it, I'm done. So when I studied for the GRE, I realized that it's still helping me to write my ACs. The words which I learned and while preparing for the GRE verbal, that it's helping me to write ACs and understand a lot of things. So it's just not a test. It's you learn a lot of things in the process, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Sure. So I have a lot of questions. I'll sort of curate them for you. I don't want to hold you up for a long time, but there is one question which is a follow-up question from Dheeraj only. He's asking you specifically where to go for verbal section. Is there like an...
Okay, so verbal again, it's verbal is not easy. Being a non-native, it's very difficult. GRE vocab is extremely difficult. You have to mug up like 3,000 to 3,500 words. But I don't recommend that. I don't recommend mugging up 3,000, 3,500 words. Instead, I recommend you to understand those words properly, understand the meaning of those things. Like, vocab is the most important part of GRE verbal, and I used to give every word to something like a visual memory. That's how I used to remember. I'll
Sure.
give a quick example here that let's take example of a word called lambast, like that, which is like a criticizing to others. So I used to, consider that I take a lamb, put it in the oven, and that's because they are angry. So
Yeah.
that's how you remember things. So you can remember things like this, giving something a visual representation to it, and you can remember. But it's again, you have to keep doing. It's a process. You can't, just mug up 3,500 words and just go. So it's a process.
There's okay. I hope Dheeraj gets his answer. There is one question from Surendra. He says, and although I know we have covered this somewhere in a chat, but how many hours and how many months are ideal for preparation for GRE?
It,
This is
it,
the question which is always there. So
yeah.
yeah, I'll
It,
let
it,
you answer this one.
it varies.
Yeah,
There's one answer. It varies. It varies from people to people.
yeah.
I so when I used to put like around 45 minutes to 1 hour each, and like every alternate day, and I did it for like around uh, 1.5 months. I scored a 316, which was not a great score according to me.
Hmm.
When the lockdown happened, I got a lot of time to study. I used to put like good 3 to 4 hours of work, especially on my quant. I was able to shoot up my quant score to 168. So
Hmm.
now this depends. This depends from person to person. I come from a background of engineering, so my quant was little better than I with other peers of other industries. So
Yeah.
I felt like for me that amount of time was good, but it again depends on person to person, people to people, and until unless you give mocks, takes do a lot of practice, you will not get to know what's your level.
I'll just add one thing to this, that the way Career Kata differentiates itself is that we don't like sort of push you for a standardized course, right? And that's the beauty of it. During this whole talk, we've been talking how it's a journey and it depends on your individual caliber, right? So you see, like it's not a JE preparation where you fill in 80 students in a batch and you just hammer them down with the same content, right?
Right,
So
right.
for like what worked for Amit was the quant part, right? So we specifically sort of varied in terms of the efforts which were going for that preparation. So for every individual, it will be different, and that's where mock comes into picture. It helps us evaluate the weaker sections. It helps us to like sort of single out where do we need to focus and then sort of go ahead. I have one more question. I think that's more for us to answer, which is what is the standard offering of Career Kata duration and fee? I would really request you to message us because I don't want to keep holding Amit for this. That's a question for us. Is there anybody? So the typed questions, I think I've covered everything. Is there anybody on the Zoom call? I'll just give like last 2 minutes for people to fire up some questions. Okay. Okay. So again, this is slightly for you, Amit. Somebody is asking, did you like sort of spend time only on weekends, or it was also like, so they basically they want to know the flexibility of the course. Like, how did you study? Like, was it everyday class or an alternate day class or weekends class?
So I did the classes. I prepared the plan. I had a call with Piyush
Okay.
for verbal and Ankit for quant. And
Okay.
when we knew our level on the first
Mhm.
call, we decided what's my level and where I need to focus. And
Sure.
after that call, we realized that we need this many hours minimum,
Sure.
and this many hours, and this much hour of back work. So I'm not counting the hours which I used to take coaching. I'm only taking the hours when I used to study on my own. So,
Sure.
so the point here is that you need to consult and understand what's your level. and
Sure.
then you need to estimate the number of hours you need to put into work. So
Sure.
that's what I did after talking to tutors from the verbal and the quant section. So that's
Sure.
it. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Okay. I think I have covered most of the questions. So, Amit, on behalf of Career Kata, I would really like to thank you for your
Thank you
time.
so much.
I know 9 is slightly late, but thanks a lot for your time.
Absolutely.
And I hope to see you in 5 months again when you get that coveted Harvard admit. So,
Absolutely. I will, that will, and if that happens, Career Karta will always be on my LinkedIn resume and everywhere. And that's how I wish.
so thanks a lot for your time, Amit, and thanks to our viewers who joined. This is Abhinav from Career Kata. I'd like to sign off.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye.